Okay, if you ever have refrigerators like this, they have a sealed or walled off compartment, which is very isolated from the rest of the cabin. And so you want to promote as much circulation as possible so that this compartment doesn't drop too far below in temperature, because this will. It doesn't actually get that cold in here inside, even though there is a couple of the refrigerant pipes running across the side. Because I've had one just like this before, I know where the pipes are, so I can, oops. Do that. Now this helps a lot. But I need to go further because I've had this before. I've owned this one before, this model. Okay. Rather than wasting time with like a Dremel, I'm just going to burn straight through the sides here. Get my knife so I can. With a Dremel, you're likely going to damage the refrigerant pipes, and you don't want to do that. And by using heat, you can safely protect them, as well as continue to keep the integrity of that small compartment. Now, normally if this was a client's refrigerator, I would turn on its side so that the heat doesn't lick the sides like that. It doesn't burn everything up. Please do this outdoors. You're not going to suffocate yourselves. And please be very careful with refrigerant pipes because they are made of aluminum and they're typically pretty fragile. A couple of heat, because it is with molten plastic. This is hot. So I really want this to circulate and flow. I will do two of them like this way. Hopefully this records. I'm not really sure how this is pointed. Alright. Thankfully this plastic is pretty cheap, brittle. It's not very durable, it's strong. It doesn't have a high melting point. It's very easy to work with, in other words. Okay, I'm going to fill the refrigerant pipe. And if I don't do this, this refrigerator will continue to perform poorly. It won't perform like I want. And I don't accept that. Things don't perform the way we want them to. We deserve to have things perform the way that we need them to. That we want them to, yes. And also keep in mind how easy this is to set on fire. You do want to store these portable refrigerators away from ignition sources, because they will burn. Some of them will anyways. This one is cheap. This was a cheap one. Cheap in manufacturing, cheap in production. Good motor. Otherwise not. And I'll clean this up later. But that allows me quite a bit of circulation. Anyway, when I store vegetables and fruits and greens, they aren't too far out of the temperature as they would be before. Calm down, you. Okay. Alright. Slightly modified refrigerator. It's pretty hot. You want to make sure that you don't have any places where bacteria can collect. And to seal this off, I'm going to use hot glue. I'm just going to hot glue the whole thing. Anywhere there's exposed cracks, crevices, you don't want any of those. Yeah, 720p is a lot easier recording. A lot easier. I'm not nearly as stressed. I'm really stressed out. Do this while it is hot so that you don't accidentally have to scrape too hard and bust one of your pipes. But yeah, that's it. Alright. And now this refrigerator will operate like it's supposed to. Alright, cool. It won't get too hot and it won't get too cold. Just for the sake of video, I'm going to clean this up just a little. Because it is my fridge, I don't really care how it looks. Though you should, though I should, and so I will. The darkest side of me, never like the one we got. Help me believe it's not the real me. It's animal. Yeah, without you girls, life sucks. There's no real point to life. There's no reason to stay alive and be happy. Women are really the joys of our planet, as well as our children. That's why we treat and we honor them well, because they are the ones which primarily hold the frequency. And they don't smile so well. One way you can protect against this is to use masking tape, layers of masking tape, so it's not so hard or difficult to remove the smoke, the soot, and not the char. But yeah, that should be about. If I had any more water, I don't, but that's pretty much the gist of it. Come on, baby. Clog. Again, wall this up with as much hot glue or sealant as you can, because you don't want to get rid of those crevices. That looks a little better. As my dad would always say, good enough for government work. Doesn't have to be perfect. Just has to be. It's the darkest side of me. Don't ever find it become. Help me believe it's not the real. Help me turn this on. For all your heat and ferocity, nothing's coming out. Be careful of water because it will spit at you. It will boil over. If you want to make hot glue permanent, you burn it into the plastic or whatever material that you're interfacing it with. Get it hot enough just so that it turns white, just so that it boils. Don't run your torches for too long because they do need to cool down. Alright. Let's say you could stop. Yeah, for long videos like this, I like doing 720. It's only, it's only about 900,000 pixels instead of 2 million. YouTube needs to be a lot more, we need to choose a lot more efficient formats, not just one or two, as we have right now. Right now we're using 120 basically as a, 1080 is basically a coverall. My tools deserve to work correctly. It's not my normal torch, by the way, that blue one. Good tools makes for easy work. So always use them when you can. If not, you deserve better. Find ones that do. Find ones that will work for you. You don't deserve to work with inadequate tools. You're a beautiful soul. You deserve more. And rather, you deserve the best. You deserve to be treated as children. You need to be looked after. Make sure that your basic needs are cared for so you can focus on more important things. So right now in the systems that we have, the systems that we live in, we distract ourselves a little too much with just things that we don't need to be, don't have to be. It doesn't have to be this way, it doesn't have to be this hard. We all need to work to earn our keep, to earn our place in the world. We need to be a part of society. We're not apart from it. No one simply just sits and stands aside without offering their gifts, offering their talents, their services, their voice, their community, something. Either emails, either public voice, a moderator, or a VTuber, someone who comments, who questions, someone who writes emails, someone who listens to others. Friend. All you have to do is just be a friend to others, be a voice. That is my only wish, that is my only command. Be a part of your community. Do not hurt others. Treat yourselves as you would treat others. Treat others as you would wish to be treated. Do not cause harm. Do not cause needless suffering or pain. Do not ignore, do not hate or ignore your brother and sister. Treat all well in consciousness, in life. Honor all life. This includes yourself. This includes the animals of the earth. This includes the insects and the bugs. All life is alive. All life has some sort of consciousness, even if it is basic, such as animals and insects. We do not hurt consciousness by consuming very, very simple life forms such as fish, insects, because their consciousness is really so simple. That is what they are there for, to be used to help recycle the resources of the earth, of our beautiful planet. And we need to do what we can to honor it, always, regardless. Because if we can't take care of our earth, then perhaps we don't deserve one. That is something that has always been said by the ancients. If you will not take care of your earth, then you don't deserve it. Land deserves to be owned by people who take care of it, not by the ones who ignore it, not by the ones who don't. Right now we have a lot of people owning land, owning resources and systems of, and we have a lot of people who are in systems of power who don't need to be, who don't care about others, who have no wish or desire to cooperate or to be of service to humanity. They ignore the kindness, their aspects, they ignore those aspects of kindness which are integral to a community. And you as a people have a choice, have the power to stand up against that. To not take that ever. To not ever take disrespect. To never take dishonoring towards your life or towards others. Never. Be a hero. Stand up for something. Stand up for what you believe in. Be a voice, any voice. Be loud, be responsible. Stand in the way of darkness. Stand in the way of stupidity and dark acts. Right now I'm just burning it in there. Okay, that's good enough for ground work. That's what I would always say. Please be careful. This is still going to be quite hot. That's hot. That is hot. Alright. I like that. Okay, good. Perfect. I just want to do a quick size comparison because size can be deceiving. Even though they look just about the same, the one on the bottom has about 50% more internal volume, and the one on top has about 50% more insulation. So when it comes to external refrigerators, there is a trade-off between efficiency as well as size. That one on top I really loved because it was extremely efficient, didn't take almost any power, runs almost literally half the time as the others. However, when it ultimately comes down to it, size does matter. You want the space. 21 liters is nothing compared to 32. Even that is almost too small for most daily uses as a daily refrigerator. So I'm going to retire this one, clean this out, take it outside, clean it out. The reason I don't like this one because it doesn't have an isolated compartment. Things are allowed to just basically fall to the side. There's nothing holding it in. Anything that tips this refrigerator. That's why you want internal compartments, if at all possible. Just to show you guys a rough size comparison, 32 liters versus about 21. And this is awfully cramped. One is much more spacious. There's so much room, you can fit things on the side here. And this one is basically just open space. It makes things pretty miserable, as you can see. It's hard to clean, hard to take care of things, hard to keep things centered. There's nothing keeping things falling to the inside of that cabinet. And so, yeah. Out with the old, in with the new. Yeah, it's a lot better. Humming silently along. This was quieter, I will say. Yeah, to my kids, to my children, to all of you out there, to our friends, family, don't tolerate any form of disrespect, guys. Y'all don't need to put up with that. Keep in mind that almost when speaking about any stressful or traumatizing experiences, you do want to try to help those that you can. and try to react to situations as calmly as possible. When you can't, simply excuse yourself. Tell others no. Say, I'm sorry, I can't help you right now. I'm dealing with one thing. I got too many stresses, too many traumas right now. And basically just almost after each of those moments where I wish I could have helped, I realized I could have made the space to afterwards, after the fact basically. Now I have the space to act, to help others, to respond to others. And that's what I want for you all. Yeah, choose a good refrigerator, one that's got good reviews. You don't really need dual compartment, dual temperature, dual zone refrigerators. They're a little more complex, a little more, don't want to say dicey, but it just adds a little bit more to the complexity. You can use passive cooling whenever possible. Passive cooling, heating. Those help a lot.